Welcome to our story. We'd like to acknowledge the Kabi Kabi and Undumbi on whose land the art group was initially formed and meets. Nandjimadji is a Kabi Kabi word which means to make something less heavy, to lighten the load. As we are from many nations and mobs, we'd like to acknowledge all our traditional ancestors and elders, past, present and future, who have guided us on this path. Like all good ideas, the idea for the Nandjimadji art group just evolved. It started about 4 years ago. Paul Calcott was working for Suncare at the time. He was going out and visiting families whose lives had been affected in some way by disability, helping them to sort out what they needed. He noticed that everywhere he visited people painted, so he got the idea to get people together, all in the one place, somewhere where it was safe to paint and yarn.
So Paul got all of us artists together, and together we decided to start a weekly art group. Suncare got a small council grant which set us up with the initial paint canvases and facilitator. It still continues to support the group, but there hasn't really been any Pacific government funding. This has meant that the group has had to be very creative, to do a bit of wheeling and dealing, trading paintings in exchange for the rent. We've had to move around a bit to find affordable venues. Looking back, we didn't really realise just how much of an impact the group would have on each of us personally, and as a group, and how much impact it has on the local community generally. There are so many benefits of belonging to Nandjimadji. We've all grown to learn from each other as artists and as a people, and in the old days some of the more experienced artists had to share their knowledge with the rest of the group.
The group gives us a reason to get up and get out of the house in the morning. It also allows us to connect to each other and to other people and to our culture. We have value in this group. We have something to offer the community. This is cultural healing blackfellow way, not mainstream way.
We know that there are a lot of other people out there, not sure how to connect with their culture and their communities. We're leading the way really, inviting others in and showing them how to do it, Nandjimadji style. We make a point of giving back to help our community to stay strong. We've done a mural and celebration poles for the Nambua Hospital Mental Health Unit. We've donated paintings to a local hospice and a local kindergarten. We meet with local politicians and always present them with a painting. It's our way of getting our message across, making sure that the voices of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people living with disabilities are heard, encouraged, respected and not forgotten.
We've had a huge amount of artistic success really for such a small group. We run an annual art exhibition which is sponsored by the Novotel Hotel Group. We have permanent displays in 3 of Novotel hotels and resorts throughout southeast Queensland. We've had 5 exhibitions already throughout the Sunshine Coast and Brisbane regions. One of our own artists has had his own exhibition, and 2 artists were chosen as the subjects for photographic exhibition on Australian Aboriginal people with disabilities, held at the United Nations in Geneva this year, 2013.
Our artwork is developing quite a loyal following, and we have some prominent clientele, including the First Peoples Disability Network Australia, some Australian celebrities and media personalities, as well as corporate and private collectors. This is just the beginning. We have a vision of the group getting stronger. We would like to see more and more people join in, not just here, but in other parts of Queensland and the rest of Australia for that matter.
We are keen to help people to be proud of the contributions they can make to our community as Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people living with disabilities. We are reminded of this every time we come together to paint and share our stories. It enables us to keep the old practices and culture alive, to lighten the load. Our group is doing this in the hope that it encourages other groups to create their own version of the Nandjimadji group. We are keen to share our knowledge and to support in any way